In electroconnective theory, space expands to accommodate the time necessary to incorporate its dimensions.
This is the science fiction rating system. And that was
the Queen.
That was the Queen, but it was meant to be a precocious young girl, but I can't really do that sort of voice. She was kind of upper class, wasn't she, the way she talked?
Yeah,
anyway,
no, it's good.
This is the podcast that aims to rank every science fiction film from 1 to infinity. We've got a big list at sciencefictionratingsystem.com. Each week we put a film in there. This week, it's a user's choice. It's Doctor Who and the Daleks. But first, let me introduce my co-hosts today and every day. Chris Redding.
Bonjour.
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Looking forward to this.
Good. And Alex Humphrey.
Hey there.
How are you, Alex?
I'm not bad. Yeah, this is a good one. This is different. We don't normally... We haven't done a film from the 60s for a while,
we haven't.
I would say.
Now, I'm fully aware that there's no Doctor Who fans here either, really.
I did watch it. I did watch Sylvester McCoy. I remember that as a kid.
Right.
And I kind of went... I did watch some of the reboot, Matt Smith ones. Okay. Yeah, I did. And I have seen the... What's it, McGann brother one that we were talking about.
Yes.
Which is really bad. But then I kind of... More recently, I gave up on it. I think... what's his face? The Sherlock bloke kind of ruined it, I thought. So I haven't seen any of the Peter Capaldi ones or the the guy that invented Sherlock. You know him.
What's his name?
Gatiss.
Yeah, and Stephen Moffat. I think before the guy that did them before that, who again I can't remember.
Russell T Davies.
Russell T Davies ones were good. I think Stephen Moffat is a bit him and he's just a bit up his own arse. But so I've given up on it recently. Although I have friends who say the quality has gone back up. It's very good.
And Chris,
what's gone back up? Doctor Who is a byword between me and my friends as cheap shit.
Brilliant.
And where the sets look terrible, and doesn't matter what planet they go to, it looks like an old swimming baths in Wales.
Do you know what my major problem with the new one was? It's the extremely loud and constant soundtrack. They have this kind of weird, just chugging, But
that's how they make something not shit. In their eyes.
Anyway. So none of us are experts. So the unprecedented step of we're going to start with a quiz.
Okay.
Whoa.
To try and get because I'm sure there's bits in our brains. We all know bits of Doctor Who. So let's try and get some of that out. So I've got a question for each of the Doctors. It's 13 Doctors, and I've also got a bonus question for a bonus Doctor. Right. So you can take it in turns and pick a numbered Doctor, and we'll do a question each and see who can get the most questions. And it's not all deep Doctor Who knowledge, because I was not interested in finding that. So that's some fun. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Pick a number from 1 to 13 or bonus.
10.
10. Right. So this is a nice easy one for starters. The 10th Doctor was David Tennant. David Tennant's real name is David John MacDonald. After which seminal pop star did Tennant take his stage surname?
The Pet Shop Boys. What's it, Tennant? Yes, him.
What's it, Tennant?
Yeah, that guy. Neil Tennant.
Neil Tennant, there we go. Brilliant. 1 point to Alex. There we go. You see, we know more about Doctor Who than we thought already. Chris, pick a Doctor.
What number do they go up to?
Up to 13 and a bonus.
12.
12. Peter Capaldi was the 12th Doctor. Before being the Doctor, he had also played John Frobisher in Series 3 of a Doctor Who spin-off series. What was this series called?
Oh, it was that. Was it Torchwood?
Correct.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, right. Look at us, man. We know loads about Doctor Who.
You see? Alex, pick a Doctor.
1.
1. Ooh, Doctor Who began with... Do you remember his name? The first Doctor Who isn't the question, but...
no, I wrote it down. William Hartnell.
William Hartnell, yes. He began life as Doctor Who on 23rd November 1963 at 5:16 and 20 seconds, which was 80 seconds later than scheduled. Which historical event the day before had caused this Doctor to be late for his first appointment?
I
read these questions.
I'm not good at history.
22nd November 1963?
Is that JFK?
Yes!
Phew.
There you go. Fantastic. Chris.
But he was really pissed off about that.
What I love is how it's 80 seconds late, right? Which means it was due to start at 5, 15 and 30 seconds, which is still a strange time to start a show, isn't it? Anyway, Chris, pick a doctor.
13.
13. We'll just delete one.
I'm only doing the ones I know, like, in our era.
When are you going to run
No
out?
chance. The ones?
You never know. These aren't all... Anyway, 13. 13. Can you name the actor who plays the 13th Doctor?
Yeah, it's the woman.
Got a name. I couldn't name her.
No.
I can't remember her name.
Exactly.
She knows someone I know. She's like a friend of a friend, but I can't remember her name.
Ring your friend up.
Sorry about that. Well, I can do, but that'd be cheating.
Is that a pass?
Yeah, it's a pass.
Her name was Jodie Whittaker.
Jodie Whittaker, yeah.
There you go.
She's proper northern. Like, to an annoying point.
Annoying point, right? Well, she's in the show, isn't she?
Yeah, she's all like, you know, they're doing normal Doctor Who shit, and she's all talking about barn cakes and fucking, we'll get a pie. Let's go for a pie.
Well, there we go. I mean, it's your friend, so say what you want closely, carefully. But anyway, Alex, pick yourself a doctor.
6.
6. Colin Baker was the 6th Doctor.
Classic.
He was the most short-lived of Doctors at this point, only 31 episodes. He's also the only actor who played the Doctor to have what done to him by the BBC.
Been fired?
Oh. Yeah,
fired. He fired?
Yeah, you got it.
He was fired?
Yeah.
Oh, why was he fired then?
This is when Michael Grade came in and hated Doctor Who, hated Colin Baker, and
Had to clear out.
they wanted to regenerate him, and they said, like, "Oh, can you come back for 3 episodes so we can hand over?" And he said, "No, fuck off." So we fired him. which is brilliant.
Yeah. Regenerate me without me, dickheads.
So that's the only Doctor as well where Sylvester McCoy played both the regenerated Doctor and the old Doctor.
Regenerate
We've
this.
read
and
so
he's
much
sticking
shit
his-
Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Regenerate this.
Yeah. Chris, pick yourself a Doctor.
9? Have we done 9?
No, we haven't done 9. We'll do half now and half later, shall we?
Okay.
'Cause we'll do 7 now then. Right, 9, Christopher Eccleston. Christopher Eccleston was annoying and rubbish as the 9th Doctor, but people loved it, and Doctor Who was very much better.
Hold on. Is this... Where have you written this?
Yeah, I wrote all these questions.
Oh, okay.
I've done so much research to write
I
these
just don't
questions.
know whether we're going into, like,
Yeah, that was
opinion,
opinion,
some
not
point.
question.
Yeah, no, the editorialising is mine. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Right, let me start again. Christopher Eccleston was annoying and rubbish as the 9th Doctor, but people loved it, and Doctor Who was very much back. In my mind, the question setters, this is the last time I can identify any actor other than Doctor. So, can you name 2 of the Doctor's companions? You have the actor or the name in the series.
Billy Piper
Yeah.
and Noel Clarke.
I mean, I shouldn't really give you that.
Oh, because he
wasn't
wasn't a companion.
But I have put him down because that's who I thought of as well, so I'll give you that, yeah. Right, good work.
Oh,
So you know more than you thought.
yeah, we did.
How many have we had? We've had one, two...
It's on telly every 2 minutes. You know, you take a lot of shit in when you're literally like reaching for the remote.
I just think the way you've stayed impartial on this subject, Chris, is really, it's really impressive.
Right, let's have one more, then we'll come back to the rest a bit later in the episode. Alex, do you want to pick one more?
4. I said 4.
The most popular Doctor of all, consistently topping Best Doctor polls. Who played the 4th Doctor? And there's a bonus point option here. Can you name any other acting on-screen acting credit for this actor?
Is it Tom Baker?
It is Tom Baker. Can you name anything else where he's on screen?
On screen, because I was going to say the Wombles, but no, not the Wombles. But it's nothing to do with the Wombles. Any other credit? Tom Baker?
Think about how famous he is. Can there be anything else you've seen him in?
No, I can't.
He obviously popped up loads of times as Doctor Who. Like
No, it was something else he actually starred
Yeah,
in.
what else was he in?
No?
No, what? What is it?
Wurzel Gummidge or something like that.
Well, I mean, the one that I went to is Little Britain. He's the narrator, isn't he? But he's on screen.
Yeah, but he's not on the screen.
But he's off screen.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
On screen, he was in. Do you remember Randall Hopkirk Deceased? No one remembers
yeah.
other than me.
Yeah.
Oh no, I remember that.
He was in that.
Oh, cool.
He was in
Wasn't he the voice
Fort Boyard? He lived in one of the.
Oh yeah, Fort Boyard. Fort Boyard. Was that Dirty Den era?
That's it, yeah.
Fort
And he was
Boyard?
Professor Plum on the Cluedo quiz show. Do you remember that when they all sat?
Oh.
on the,
Yeah.
yeah.
God, okay. Wasn't he the talking clock for like
Was he?
2 days or a week or something. For a while, when you rang the talking clock, it was him for a little bit. I think. I don't know. I think it sounds familiar. Anyway.
Well, there we go. So we'll have the rest halfway through, but for now, it's 4-2 to Alex. And we all know more about Doctor Who than we thought, don't we? So that's good. One Doctor we don't know much about, and no one does really, is Peter Cushing. Now, do you know why this film got made?
No, tell us.
So Doctor Who's on a TV series, started on TV in 1963, and the Daleks were the bad guy. And basically Britain went batshit crazy for Daleks. Absolutely could not get enough of Daleks. The film studio, who's now forgotten, Amicus, paid £500 to the BBC for the film rights to make 2 films based on the Daleks. Basically, it's a cash grab. And it's a cash grab to the point that they literally remade 2 episodes of the series. That's what the films are. Which, I mean, I've not seen those, so I can't really comment on how close they are. But of everything I've read, says that basically it is a shot-for-shot, almost remake of them.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Obviously, the Doctor's different, that's it. So
the Doctor's very different, though, isn't he?
Yeah. So we've all seen this at some point, do we think? I think I was a kid.
I think it might have been on the TV at one point.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure I've seen it, yeah.
No. Let's get into it. So yeah, Doctor Who in this world isn't a time-travelling Time Lord. He's just an old bloke who invented a time machine, played by Peter Cushing, who he was about 50, I think, at this time, so he's dressed older than he was. What does everyone think of Peter Cushing's performance in this film? From the top here and all the way through. Alex, what do you think?
I thought he was really good, to be honest. I actually think, because I read a bit and they were all like, oh, he's a rubbish Doctor, he's nothing like Doctor Who. But I actually thought he was quite a lot like Doctor Who, because he's kind of a bit kooky. He's a bit like, he's a genius, obviously. He kind of says one thing and then does completely the opposite, which to me is a trait of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
He's quite manipulative as well, which is a kind of a Doctor Who thing.
Yeah.
He's physically a bit weak, obviously, but then that's like okay because he's an old man. I mean, I think Peter Cushing's a great actor.
Yeah.
Very underrated actor, and I think in this he's proper. He's selling it. It's a stupid character, and he's really doing all he can to act the crap out of it. I think, and I liked him. I thought he was a completely valid Doctor Who.
Chris, how do you feel about Peter Cushing?
I think he's better in Rogue One.
Oh dear. He's not in Rogue One, he's awful in Rogue One. He's really
not in
creepy. Well, no, but that version is really creepy.
Yeah, I'd probably go with everything.
Would you say better or worse than Roy Castle in this film?
Oh my god. Roy Castle is just like, oh my god. It's almost like his character is almost like someone who just hated men. Just had written a film where, like, the male lead is the most idiotic, like, wimpy, pathetic. He's just, or just hated. I don't know who they hate. He's just an awful character, isn't he?
I think if you think of this as a kids' film, he's there as the kids, like doing pratfalls and stuff for kids, isn't he?
But wouldn't even a child find it annoying after a while?
Would you think so? I know I wouldn't.
I mean, he was a Blue Peter presenter. You know, he's like that sort of thing, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, he's just so tiresome. Like,
he used to annoy me on Record Breakers.
Oh, he wasn't Blue Peter. It was Record Breakers. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just because he got cancer, everyone thinks, oh yeah, go and play a trumpet, Roy. He was crap. You know.
Wow, and I thought Chris would say the most controversial thing during this podcast.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like lion-eyes just because he died young. But
yeah,
bollocks, he was rubbish. He was just too overly nice. Like, God.
Anyone who thought he was good needs to watch this film because he's so annoying in this film. Like, it's just like everything he can trip on, fall on, like sit on, get scared of. Yeah. I mean, there's a bit at one point
Dick
where
Van Dyke.
It's like that, isn't it? There's a bit where he literally like turns to hide and like cowers on his girlfriend.
Yeah, He also, his introduction is he's like perving through the door, and the little kid's like got you or whatever. Yeah. So there's four leads. We've got the Doctor. We've got Roy Castle as Ian. Then we've got Barbara and Susan, who are Doctor Who's granddaughters, I suppose. I think they're both.
Yeah. Granddaughter. Yeah.
One's a small child. One's like a 20s teen woman who is dating Ian, and she's come out for date nights, but she's got to go and get ready. So my argument about this film is that basically Doctor Who's the villain in this film, and there's lots of time. So first of all,
interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting concept. Actually,
he steals.
that
he steals the chocolates that were meant for his granddaughter, and then strategically places them under Roy Castle's arse, so he sits on and destroys them, thereby trying to break up the link between them. And then he's like, "Oh, Roy, I've got this time machine out back. Do you want to come and look?" And no regard for where he's, isn't he? So they go out to the TARDIS, and who knows what TARDIS stands for?
Time and relative dimensions in space.
Geek. Right, they go into TARDIS. Oh dear, got to cut that out.
Dear.
You can't say that word anymore.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, they go look around the TARDIS, which is in his back garden, and he gets some real just crap acting Roy Castle, like, oh, look at this, oh, a bit strange, all around the back, oh, it's not real. And he sort of pratfalls onto the lever, and they go off into space. And they land.
I would say the TARDIS, the inside of the TARDIS, is one of the worst sets I've ever seen. It's like someone got a room and then just said, "Oh, anyone who's got kids, get your kid to bring in their art projects and just place them around this room, and then put in a rocking chair." None of it even looks. It's not even connected, is it?
No, it's the prop room at the BBC.
Yeah, it is so awful. It's so awful. Everything in there, you can work out how they've probably made it because it's so basic. It's a really bad set, just terrible.
And if you think as well, this is meant to be like the big budget, big screen version of Doctor Who, isn't it?
But it's the people doing it, right? They're the people who are set dressing, The Good Life and stuff like that. In their day job, and then this is and they're completely out of their depth.
It's very the set of the TARDIS is very bad, but anyway,
we're not there long because they fly to a creepy looking planet which is like a soundstage with a few fake trees on it, and this is the planet Scarrow, which is canonically in Doctor Who or something, but I don't really know. And they snap the trees a bit, wander around. They meet this weird dog who's petrified and dead.
Yeah, see, now, I just was thinking about that. Is that actually what's inside the Daleks, then?
No, I looked this up. Inside the Dalek is a weird, mushy octopus brain thing. Yeah.
Right, because you see a kind of weird hand, lizard hand. You do see a weird lizard hand,
yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's a weird lizard, and we saw a weird lizard hand. Are we trying to say that that's what's inside the Daleks?
No, this is something else.
Right, whatever then.
I guess he just had that lying around, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a weird bit as well, and he knocks it over and it disintegrates, and then the Doctor says to the little girl, he's like, so we'll never know what that was, will we? Really, just off to the side, what? Is that improvised? It's very strange. Yeah, and then we get into the little bit of Doctor Who basically being a prat here because everyone's like, we don't want to be here. This planet is a mess. There's nothing here other than a creepy dog. Let's leave. And Doctor Who's like, oh, we can't leave. I've lost a bit.
It would lost some mercury.
He's not actually lost it, has he? He's actually taken it away on purpose to force them to stay here.
See, to me, that's a very Doctor Who thing to do.
Do you think?
Because it's an alien thing to do. He's that obsessed with, the exploration and the kind of investigation that he's willing to literally sacrifice these people's lives for it. That, to me, is quite a Doctor Who thing to do.
Yeah.
Someone who just doesn't give a shit because he just wants the adventure. I think that's quite a Doctor Who trait, I would say.
Okay.
But he is a bit of a bastard. I like your reading of the film that he's the villain. I like that.
Because he's seen a city, which they go to.
A city. It's like 3 buildings, isn't it?
It's a room and a corridor, and the corridor's shot from about 8 different things. And it's like one of those old, what are those lifts called that are always going up and down? Is it Paternoster they called?
Oh, yeah.
Those lifts that don't stop. There's one of those.
Yeah.
So they get here, and they're exploring a bit. And do you remember the scene? There's a long, probably a 3-4 minute scene of Roy Castle tapping... he's tapping the side of a unit that makes the door open and then running towards that door to try and get through. But the door shuts before he gets through. And he does this, must be 4 or 5 times, mustn't it?
Do you know what it reminded me of? Do you remember when we did Empire Strikes Back and I said there's that whole story about the robot getting inside the Death Star and pranking the Emperor. It's almost like the Daleks are in another room going, close it, no, open it, no, close it, he's going to run, now close it again. It's almost like they're doing it deliberately to just
Can you imagine the sense of humour the director must have?
I know, yeah. And
also,
how is this written in the script? This extended scene.
Yeah. Also, you forgot there's a bit before that where they go for the walk, and then next shot is Doctor Who coming in going, "Oh, that was a steep climb, wasn't it?"
Yeah.
And you just don't see what they climbed. But then you do. But the weird thing is they have that set because you see it later.
Yeah.
So why didn't they show it that time round?
They don't want
It's
to
like a really
give you
weird.
everything.
Yeah. It's just a really weird, like. Yeah.
They had to fit in this whole Roy Castle scenes. They had to cut that bit out, didn't they?
Yeah. Obviously, that was what it was.
Yeah, so exploring this place, Barbara gets lost and runs down a corridor. I mean, there's a lot of in New Hope when they're escaping the Death Star. It's like that, but done by 6-year-olds, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Like going down the same corridor over and over again, running back, every permutation of people here and there. Eventually, the Daleks show up, and I mean, Dalek iconic, but. I mean, at what point in this film were you sick of Daleks talking? Because it was pretty fast for me.
I kind of... It's one of those things where I found it funny, and then it was annoying, and then it kind of got funny again.
Yeah.
And why it got funny was because... So there's like you said, there is extended scenes of dialogue between the Daleks, which whoever came up with that as an idea was insane because it's so stupid.
And it's all the expositionary stuff as well, isn't it?
It's by
them
them talking in that stupid voice, like quite long sentences.
Yeah.
And it's quite funny, but then when it got funny, it was funny, and then it got really annoying. When it got funny again was towards the end. Obviously, the director's gone, oh, we can't just film 2 Daleks standing there. Oh, I know. What do they do in TV shows? They have people walking down corridors talking. So they've got 2 Daleks rolling down the corridor while other Daleks are around them working and they're having a chat again. And to me, it's just so funny because it's like what you see in soap operas and stuff where they're like, let's walk to this next room or let's talk while we're walking. And when it's just them rolling along.
And when they kept cutting back to 2 Daleks talking to each other and explaining what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's over and over again.
So
where is where's the film in this? Because
it's like a double bad thing. Because not only is it awful film, storytelling, but you've got 2 monotone, faceless robots
2
telling
bins
it.
talking to each other.
Yeah. What's your thought on Daleks, Chris? Are you any nostalgia for them or anything?
No. No. They're rubbish, but in a whole different level of rubbish, right? I think it's the problem with Doctor Who is because it's gone beyond a joke, and to the point where Americans love Doctor Who now.
Everyone loves it. It's so strange.
I quite like the Daleks. I think it's a good design. I think it's an iconic... it's not scary, but it is. I think it's an iconic design.
When I was doing my quiz, I was reading up about Daleks and stuff like that, and I thought, I wonder if they look like nowadays. And it was this bit I found of the Dalek Emperor, who's a gigantic Dalek, floating in space, and they're all floating around these big dustbins. Now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But at this point, they're not flying. They're sort of trundling about a little bit. They've got a very rudimentary CCTV system, which is the crux of their entire plan. Really, is we'll put them in a jail and listen to what they're saying. Because, what's going on is that there's two people on this planet. Oh no! First of all, before we get that, so the girl gets out, doesn't she, to go back to the ship, and she's chased around the forest by a giant quality street. This big purple quality street that follows her around a lot. And then she gets back into the thing and it reveals itself as it's like Judy and Clary in strange makeup. And this guy is the Thals. Is that it? Thals?
Thals, yeah.
Thals.
Yeah.
A species who, and this is probably the most interesting bit of lore in the whole thing, isn't it, really? They're in a big atomic war with the Daleks. They do say 500,000 years ago, which is quite a long time.
Yeah.
And since then, they've forgotten this war, and the Thals have learned to live with the fallout of this thing, which would probably gone by this point, wouldn't it? 500,000 years later.
Yeah.
But never mind. And they don't
get.
Sorry.
Yeah, they don't get radiation sickness like everyone else.
But the Daleks do, which is why they have to live inside these bins. So they want. The Daleks are still evil, so they don't want to share the drug. They want to get the drug off the Thals, kill the Thals, and get out of their suits and live their lives as wobbly brains.
He says that the perfect design for survival is 2 arms, 2 legs.
He does, yes,
Yeah. No, 2 hands, 2 eyes.
Yeah. Oh, yes,
it's always been the best for survival.
Yeah, they took that form.
Would we agree with that? Because I think that's bullshit. Like,
I mean, clearly, great big bin with a nozzle on the end is the best design for survival.
I mean, they're still going. We don't know who these guys are, but we still know what a Dalek is.
Still got plungers around.
Do you know what that guy that plays that character, is it Alidon?
Alidon, yeah.
Did you see what his biggest credit is?
No.
Being the voice of Basil, the Great Mouse Detective.
Fantastic.
There you go. That's his that's his big credit, I would say.
Yeah.
And this, I guess, but yeah.
He's a friendly chap. Gives us some drugs. And then the Daleks watch more CCTV. It just goes on, and they want more drugs. So she goes back out, and that guy's like, "Oh, you've lost your drugs. Don't worry, I'll give you some more drugs." So this whole thing happens again. Eventually they escape. We're skipping on a bit now, because it's just... Like,
did you see? There's a great bit I like the bit when the Dalek gets her to write a note to the
surrounded by lava lamps.
Yeah, and he's like, add this bit, add this bit. The Daleks want to be your mate.
Yeah.
Now you must write this for you. Yeah. We've got some food. We just want to be friends. Send that note to them. Yeah.
We're doing a great big party in the Great Hall. Everyone's invited.
Yeah, we're all going to have
in the last 500,000 years, they've never tried anything like this, so these guys are going to fall for this.
And also, they're about, half a mile apart, if that?
Yeah.
And they've been like for 500,000 years.
How do the Daleks travel when they're outside on the planet's surface? Because it's pretty rocky and...
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, not only that, during the escape, they hide inside a Dalek, don't they? Again, a bit like Star Wars. I think Lucas must have watched this and got some tips for Star Wars.
Definitely.
And they get to a lift in what is supposedly Dalek City, and the Dalek suit can't get into the lift.
Because there's a lip of the lift.
But isn't this the Dalek...
So what use is that lift?
Yeah, this is where they live.
And we already know Daleks can fly now, so...
I also read that there's a staircase next to the Dalek's water supply pipe. So that's a production design error, basically, that they've put a staircase in somewhere.
Error.
Yeah, they've put that in and been like, shit, they probably wouldn't be able to use that, would they? Yeah, it's in the background, but yeah, it's a bit silly to have put that in.
I would have liked a scene where the Daleks were discussing, remember that idiot Dalek who built these stupid lifts, but put a lift in.
Yeah. The problem is that any sentence that they say takes an hour for them to say it.
Yes,
and it's so, I want to smash the screen.
Yeah, it's awful.
Did you read about the whole the dialogue stuff? Why it went so wrong? Did you read about that?
No.
So basically, the lights on a Dalek, the lights are supposed to flash when they talk, but the guy that directed it didn't know that, so he just made the lights flash as whenever he wanted. Right. So when they got round to doing the dialogue over the top, they had to speak in really funny ways, fast or slow, because they were trying to match the lights.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What?
So he's just gone, flash the lights however you want, because it's fun. And then the dialogue people are like, oh shit, we're supposed to match those lights. So there's that one bit where the guy talks really slow, the Dalek talks really slowly and then goes really fast. Yeah. And it's obviously them trying to kind of find... Yeah, but the director was just like, oh yeah, just flash the lights some more. Yeah, that's great, do it. Because he didn't know anything about Daleks, yeah. So, yeah, there you go. So that's kind of one of the reasons why they're so... weird how they talk.
We've been remiss as well not to mention we've actually missed one bit of the escape, and that was that was the fantastic plan of putting potato in the Dalek's eye and then throwing a sheet down.
Love that bit.
And making it roll onto the sheet.
Yeah, no, that's really weird. So basically, aren't they saying that they're like they even say they're like dodgems, don't they?
Yeah, they're conducting
the metal. They're conducting. So if you put a sheet down, but then Chris is right. How do they roll off the?
They can't. How do they lay those pipes?
Yeah. How did they build anything?
And shouldn't they have a stick that goes up and touches the ceiling?
That'd be brilliant.
So you get a circuit.
That'd be so
you
good.
get a circuit.
And like if one turned round, they ought to turn around to get back to a junction point. To go and get off.
And there's like sparks coming off the top.
And also, when they do turn that one off, or whatever they do, why does the monster drop out the bottom of it? Because the green thing is underneath, isn't it?
He pulls it out. He puts the rug inside it, and he puts the monster inside it, and pulls it out the head, and then drops it on the floor. God. Yeah. Oh. And it we see that shot of it's like hand, and I thought, it's going to come back and get them, but no, it's just the hand.
No, it's just dead.
Right, so they've escaped out the lift, and we're about halfway point. So should we finish the quiz off before going back to the rest of this film?
Let's
go.
So we're up to Chris's turn. We've got left 2. We've got 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 11, and bonus.
11.
Right, 11 is Matt Smith. Matt Smith was the 11th Doctor, and any more than that is a mystery to me. What piece of clothing enjoyed a 94% rise in sales following Mr. Smith wearing one throughout the series?
Bow tie?
Yeah. That is in quotation marks 94% rise. So I couldn't really work out who was saying that stat. But
trying to get bow tie sales stats is probably difficult.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
A lot of these shops aren't computerised.
Yeah, the bow tie industry is very
You'd literally be calling like little shops who sell bow ties and asking them.
Yeah. I think that one, Matt Smith, is the only one I've literally not seen a second of on TV.
He was quite good.
Was he?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, he was all right, yeah.
Well, there we go. Alex, pick a doctor.
2.
2. Patrick Troughton was number 2. He was in 119 episodes of Doctor Who. But how come? Why can you only buy and watch 66 of these episodes?
Oh, were they destroyed? Like all that BBC stuff they kept in a basement somewhere, and then it just got burnt or something, or
correct
damaged.
Yes, large quantities were taped over.
Taped over. They put like Dad's Army on it or something.
Yeah. And do you know what's even better than this? Right? They sold the overseas rights to BBC's Enterprises as well, so they had a copy as well. And so there were 2 copies. They had kind of got a backup, but BBC Enterprises had separate rights with the actors to screen these things overseas, right? They expired. They couldn't be bothered to re-up on them because it was black and white and everything was colour now, so they chucked them all in the bin as well. How brilliant is that?
Oh my god.
Yeah. So they've lost tons and tons of these episodes.
Bin them.
Yeah. Mentally. And they've remade a lot of them as radio plays off the scripts and stuff because people are so mad about Doctor Who.
That's quite, at least that's good. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Right, Chris, 3, 5, 7, 8 or bonus?
Bonus.
Right. There are 13 numbered Doctors, but there is one Doctor between Paul McGann and Christopher Eccleston who hasn't got a numbered name, but he has got a name. So can you name the actor who played that Doctor or what that Doctor's name is?
I can imagine, I can see the face. I just don't know the name.
I know. I think I know this one.
Yeah. Any ideas, Chris?
No, sorry.
Alex?
Is it the War Doctor?
It is the War Doctor.
I saw
Alex
that.
And
it's what's his face from Alien and Contact, whose name I can't remember, who you hate.
John Hurt.
John Hurt. That's it. Yeah.
Wow. I'll give you the bonus point there because I
saw that. I did see that episode actually.
I forgot he was in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the 6-minute short with Paul McGann because I like Paul McGann. And it was, yeah.
But what I heard was that, because obviously Paul McGann made that terrible film that maybe we will review, I don't know, at some point. But I've heard since then he's done a lot of radio things as well, and he's actually quite well respected by fans as being quite a good Doctor.
Yeah, him and Colin Baker, the one who got fired, have both done tons of audio ones and stories and stuff like that, and are both quite well regarded and got big backstories.
It wasn't his fault that it was so terrible.
Right, Alex, your question.
5.
Peter Davison was the 5th Doctor, a dapper young gent in an Edwardian cricket outfit. What vegetable did he wear in his lapel throughout the series?
Radish.
No, it was a stick of celery.
Oh.
Do you want to know why?
That was his sonic screwdriver?
No, the Doctor is allergic to certain gases in the Praxis range of the spectrum, the presence of which causes the celery to turn purple.
Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Peter Davison, there's another bit of trivia here for you, hates celery, but when they did the radio dramas, he had to eat it because you can't recreate the noise of celery being eaten. I don't believe that. That sounds like some bullshit to me. Right, we're down to the last 3. Chris, 3, 7 or 8?
8.
8. Paul McGann played the 8th Doctor for a little bit. Good guy. Richard Griffiths was also considered for this role, and Richard E. Grant would go on to play Doctor Who for Red Nose Day. In which film do all 3 of these star?
4 Weddings and a Funeral?
Nope. Oh. Any ideas, Alex?
Oh, no.
It's Withnell and I.
Oh, yeah.
3 leads, isn't there?
That's weird.
I think Richard Griffiths would have been a good doctor, wouldn't he?
He would have been a good
one.
doctor. Yeah. Big fat doctor.
Right. Alex, 3, 5 or 7?
I'll have 3.
Oh, we actually had 5. Yeah, so 3 or 7.
Yeah, 3. I'll have 3.
John Pertwee was the 3rd Doctor, and he was the first incarnation to face the Doctor's ultimate nemesis in the Terror of the Autons. What was his character's name? This is an easy one.
Is it the Master?
It is the Master, yeah.
Yeah,
Easy one.
I knew that one.
Right, Chris, the final question. Sylvester McCoy, a.k.a. the Best Doctor, fought the psychopathic robotic killer, the Candyman, in the episode The Happiness Patrol.
Oh, I remember this one.
Which high street sweet product did he most resemble? Absolutely terrified me as a child.
Yeah, really. Yeah, me too. I can't believe they got away with this, to be honest.
Yeah.
In terms of branding.
Lucy as well remembered it and was absolutely terrified by it as well. It's strange, isn't it? Everyone was terrified.
What, and it's like a sweet that you can buy?
Yeah.
It's still available?
Yeah.
It's the logo of the sweets.
Yeah. I accept the logo or the sweet, but have you looked at him lately?
Oh,
Alex?
Haribo man.
No, it's Bertie Bassett.
Bertie Bassett, yeah.
I can't believe they got away with it.
Look at this, Alex. Look how not scary this thing is. I'm putting it in the chat.
Candyman, I don't believe you've met my young friend Ace, an expert in calorification, incineration, carbonization, and inflammation.
I beg your pardon.
She's come to look at your oven.
Has she indeed? Then she should wait to be asked. Impolite guests get to feel the back of my candy hand.
Because I remember being terrified of it.
He's got like a big comedy moustache on him. We watched a clip of it, but yeah, it was so scary.
Oh, it's mental though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's actually
that was really scary.
Parts,
yeah, it is. It's totally like Bertie Bassett, but with a moustache on it. Yeah.
But how did they get away with it,
I don't know. Simpler times. Well, there we go. It's the end of the quiz, and it is a kicking. Alex, you are the Crown of the Doctor Who champion. It's 7-3. You've won that one.
Oh, well, thank you.
I just want to, just in case we were dissing Roy Castle a little bit, I've got his world records here.
Okay.
Wow.
Fastest tap dance, 1,440 taps per minute.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Longest wing walk. I think that's where you get out of a plane, right? And walk on a wing. 3.5 hours.
Bloody hell.
Playing the same tune on 43 different instruments for 4 minutes.
What?
In 4 minutes.
He's like doing all the ones that no one else wants to get.
Well, a tune,
so.
what constitutes a tune? Like 3 notes? So he's just gone...
I bet he played Record Breakers theme, didn't he?
You know.
Wow.
And then he tapped a million... He did 1 million taps of his foot in 24 hours and raised £1 million for charity. And he was well known for raising lots of money for charity. So anything Sam said about him...
Yeah, thanks for balanced argument.
I'm not
Chris.
doubting any of that. That's fair enough. But he was still very annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
In this film, he definitely is annoying.
Not to people with lung cancer.
Or tap dancers.
Yeah. Or tap dance enthusiasts.
Or record setters.
Yeah.
The Guinness Records people. Right, let's get back to the film. Everyone's escaping from the Dalek city just as the Alayans, whatever they're called, come in with their baskets, ready to get some grub. And then the Doctor's like, no, it's a trap! But not before one gets sprayed with Dalek juice. Did you notice that the Daleks had actually piled up trays of food in the room? Yeah. They've got loads like Lego trays of food. So they were planning on feeding them. Yeah, I don't know how they did that. No.
How does the kitchens work?
It's Yeah,
it's a mystery, isn't it?
We can't answer, I'm afraid.
No.
Yeah, so they're rescued, they get out and they go and live with these Elaine guys for a bit, and we get to some more Doctor Who fuckery here because...
Man, this is the big bit,
This is the bad one, yeah.
Bloody hell.
So these guys have had 500,000 years of peaceful existence, and their whole ethos is basically, we don't want to fight because we're all against fighting. So Doctor Who's like, right, Ian, get this lad's... is it his wife or his daughter?
Well, whatever it is.
What is it? And he goes... You kidnapping her, we're taking her, get her, we're going to Dalek City. And and this is also an example of Doctor Who getting Roy Castle hit. Because Roy Castle does it, he's like, oh, I'll get him. This guy just turns around and decks Roy Castle, which was a satisfying bit of the film. And Doctor Who's like, right, you're not so peace-loving now, are you?
Yeah.
I mean...
I think I read that some, like, the Communist Party, like, banned this film because it was so militaristic. Because it's like...
I can believe it.
He does just totally get them riled up for war, doesn't he? He's not mucking around. He's like, well, yeah, we've got to go to war with them. Like, yeah, you have to kill them all. Like, it's pretty weird. It's quite brutal.
I mean, they've never raised their hand before. And I mean, in Doctor Who's defence, they do very quickly turn to, right, okay, we're marching on Dalek base.
Yeah, with their mirrors.
Yeah, with their mirrors. But it is pretty manipulative and harsh of Doctor Who to get them all going.
Again,
like
see,
this.
I would say that's very classic Doctor Who, but or at least it's an interesting concept of Doctor Who to be a bit of a dick. Why not?
Well, he deals with the harsh realities of the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose.
Doctor Who wants them Daleks gone, and he's going to get it done.
Going to weaponise a nation.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Good for him.
The weapon he chooses is mirrors. In an awkward scene where it appears that women aren't allowed to talk in this society, doesn't it? They have to just like sit looking pretty into mirrors, and
God.
That's where Doctor Who gets his brainwave, and they march on the base. And we get this nice bit now. So Ian goes off with the kind of the Skunk Works kind of undercover lot, doesn't he? And you've got two. Well, there's more, isn't at the start. There's like he's there with a bunch of these Julian Clary looking chaps.
Thals, glam rock aliens.
The glam rock aliens, and they go to like a lake, and one gets eaten by the lake.
Swamp. It's a swamp full of mutations that you never see.
Oh, is that what it was? Right, I didn't really know what it was.
It's a swamp where they put all the mutations.
Right.
Yeah, that's a swamp. Because the guy says, oh no, I wrote it down, because the guy's like, we went there, and we went there, 5 of us went there, and only 2 of us came back. It's like, well, it's not that bad. Like,
yeah.
Only 3 of you died.
So knowing that, why do they all stick their head in it?
I don't know. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Just to look at the pipe and be like, oh, here's the pipe. This is where they're getting water from.
A swamp alive with mutations.
Yeah. One gets killed there.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 left. They get to this, probably the biggest set of or biggest like set piece, which is like a big mountain, isn't it, built, and there's a big map painting of some rocks. And we see that the Doctor's teachings have definitely rubbed off on this society, because they get into the cave and the one guy's like, right, we've got to go and get these Daleks. The other guy's like, mate, I'm not going in there. This is the worst idea you've ever had. And so his response to this, the one guy, again, decks his mate, knocks him out, causes a landslide, shuts him in the cave, and he's like, well, you're not going back now, are you?
Yeah, and you see later on he's got like a really bad bruise on his face.
Yeah.
Like they've bothered to put the like makeup on to show. Yeah.
What is going on with these guys? I would not be saving this race that have very quickly become like borderline psychopathic in how they treat each other. It's.
Oh, you've also forgotten that the Daleks their big plan is just to set off a neutron bomb and just kill everyone.
Yeah. Oh, has that happened before? This has it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they explained it. Yeah.
The Dalek conference, which goes on for a long time, very slowly.
In an hour.
Yeah. We see there's a red Dalek, isn't there, and a black Dalek, a few higher ranking Daleks. And we get another long shot of, there's like a tiny little hole, isn't there, a gap in this cave.
Oh, yeah.
And so we individually see each character not only jump the gap, but also rope themselves up before jumping the gap. I mean, it is hard work, isn't it?
Really?
I think there's a bit, the bit when like Ian looks like when Roy Castle's going to jump, then he like stops.
Yeah.
I think at that point, his girlfriend Barbara gives him this look like, we're splitting up after this. This is it. I've had enough now. Like you're
gonna find myself a file.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I don't need this. I think she thinks that's how I saw her look on her face. But
I mean, really, at this point, there's not much that could get worse as film, is there? It's so... I mean, we've watched films from this era before, haven't we? Like, Them is it from before this? And
Them's before this.
Yeah, it's different though. We haven't watched a kids' film from this era.
No, I think that is the... I think, I think you do have to just see it as a child's film, and then maybe it's a bit better. I don't know.
You'd still be quite bored, wouldn't you, though?
One of the funniest bits I thought was coming up when the countdown of the bomb is on the wall, and it's counting down on the wall, but for some reason the Red Dalek has been charged with standing in front of the countdown and reading it out so that everyone knows what number they're at.
I completely lost the will to live at this point.
So there's a number ticking down, and then the Dalek standing in front of it going like 50, 49, 48. It's like, did they not? Why not just have a voice on the countdown, or just everyone have a look at the number every so often?
But they've only got one computerized voice that they can use.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's just 2 Daleks.
It's funny if like the Daleks talk like that, but then like their computers are like really high tech and sound like Siri, or like
in their control room. Yeah. Now around this point, I've got the note of that says here Dalek tripping balls. Do you remember when? I can't remember the context of what happens, but they do something to one of the Daleks.
Oh,
and
they
he starts spinning around in circles, and he's going like, "Help! I don't know where I am. Help! I can't see."
Don't they like rope him and throw him down the lift shaft?
That's earlier on the lift one. It's just in a room. I can't remember what it is they do, but like, and you see a shot on a CCTV, and they're all stood there, and one's in the middle, just going round and round in circles.
No, they try the drugs from the
that's it. Yeah,
on the Daleks, and they don't work at all.
He just goes, "Help! What's going on? What's going on?" Just spinning around in circles, and I like that guy.
Yeah.
The big climax is they get in a room, and they basically they've worked out that there's no guns and stuff, so the filmmakers decide the only way to show Daleks getting killed is that they have to attack each other. So I think 3 times we see someone trick a Dalek into shooting another Dalek, don't we? That's the... It's painful. Yeah. It really is painful.
It's a pretty anticlimactic ending, isn't it?
Yeah, and the countdown is down to 3, and they need to get out of there. So Roy Castle shouts, "Hey, Daleks!" And they all turn around and shoot the control panel.
Yeah.
And there's a brilliant, Roy Castle dummy in the final shot of this. Do you see that dummy?
No.
There's a brilliant... hang on, I've got the screenshot here. There's like, they cut... he jumps down, and getting shot. Then they cut back to... the explosions, stuff like this. I'm just going to send you this thing. There's like a... This is Roy Castle lying on the floor. Look at the weird, bulbous hunchback he's got, and...
Well, oh my God. He's too much of a star to do his own lying on the floor.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, he saved the day, and... they all go back. They have a greeting with the Thals, and there's a brilliant. They get the capes, but I love how when they leave, they all individually say goodbye to everyone. They're all going goodbye, bye, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Oh, goodbye, 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 goodbye. It's like something out of a comedy film.
Yeah, it's very odd.
And the stinger on the whole film is that Roy does the machine again, and they appear to have shrunk down to the size of an ant on a piece of grass with a Roman legion marching over their heads, and you just get it just ends with Roy Castle's doing pratfalls and running around, doesn't it? Going what's going on? Yeah. Fucking dreadful. Right. My question for you. Sorry, go on.
Oh, go on. No, I was just going to say, did you read that they actually have worked out Stephen Moffat, although I slagged him off earlier, has worked out a way to make this Doctor Who within the real Doctor Who universe. Yeah, because he basically says that these films exist as films of the real Doctor Who's exploits.
Doctor Who was friends with Peter Cushing, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he couldn't do it on the TV, but he did it in the Doctor Who's 50th anniversary special, The Day of the Doctor, the book of that. He puts in a quote about Peter Cushing and stuff. But I mean, fair dues. It's good to try and work it all so that it links.
Don't you think, though, that is the worst thing about Doctor Who, is this obsession with everything ties up and it all links up, and
it's a bit naff, but you know, it's normally like what we said with Star Wars. It's normally the undoing of something when you make it all connect like that.
But not only that, like it's the undoing, but also like shit BBC Radiophonic Workshop level of undoing this sort of stuff, isn't it? So I mean, my final question to you both is: have we watched a worse film since we started doing this, and can you defend it if that's the case? Chris, Alex, go on in.
Well, no, I think that we watched. I think A Scanner Darkly was still worse than this. I'm sorry. I think Lawnmower Man was
Lawnmower was actually highly offensive, so
and true. I think Lost in Space was worse than this. I was very uncomfortable during bits of Lost in Space. You know, the whole like the weird making that girls. I mean, at least the child in this is a child. I mean, remember the child in Lost in Space?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the weird sexualized child. Yes, yeah.
And also Transformers. Do you remember how? I mean, Transformers, the bit when they're like pissing up against their house and stuff. And also Divergent. That was really, really bad. So, I mean, I did find this entertaining. It was kind of the level of Nights for me. I just quite enjoyed laughing at this film.
And also, Star Trek 5. There's no excuse for that.
No, exactly. This was just a cash-in, wasn't it? I mean, this is just them trying to make money out of.
I'd put this in the Thunderbird sort of area.
I agree.
So you both think there was worse films, right? Okay.
Definitely, because I think you've hit the nail on the head. Neither of us, or none of us, are that committed to Doctor Who. Yeah. So I didn't find it an offensive version of Doctor Who. I wasn't like, oh my god, they've got the Daleks wrong, they've got this wrong. I just was like, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's kind of amusingly ridiculous.
I like how there's like female roles in this film. Yeah. And like one of the leads is the female girl, and but like you can still tell that it's still of its era and where it's made in the world is because there's still everyone's posh.
Yeah.
And it's still got that round the world in 80 days sort
very
of thing,
Mary Poppins,
40 days, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't get around that. Like doesn't matter what you are. You're still going to know your place.
As woke as they can get is that the very first shot, they show the two women reading science books, don't they?
Yeah.
No one references it again. Mentions it.
No.
That's all they get away with.
The little girl is kind of clever and brave, and they do, like, they're all better than Roy Castle. If you were a little boy watching this, you'd just be like, well, who do I identify with? Like, I don't want to be a Thal. I guess I'm an old man. Yeah, I guess I'm the Doctor. I guess you'd be like, I'll be like him, a manipulative... crazy old man.
It sort of underlines for me how UK sci-fi, like I'm happy for the Americans to have sci-fi as their like art form because that really is an American art form, this sci-fi stuff, and we are shit at it, especially in this era.
Yeah, maybe
I think it's one of the true American art forms. It's up there with like studio live sitcom like Frasier. That's an American art form, and sci-fi is as well.
You just thrown yourself under the bus, haven't you?
Okay.
Well, having made British sci-fi.
Yes, but I'm saying I respect that, heritage.
No, I agree with you. Yeah.
I think that's a challenge to our listenership to come up with a British science fiction film to kind of prove Chris wrong, especially of this era. I'm sure there are some that are good.
There isn't. We had a very limited.
I think probably the highest
imagination.
I think Under the Skin is probably the highest ranked we've got, isn't it? Of
true British stuff, maybe
so far in this list. 1994 was quite high.
I mean, you could argue that there's anglicised stuff going on in a lot.
Oh yeah. You know, I know what you mean, like made within the British studio system. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, no, fair enough. No, that's a good point.
Yeah,
it's a good challenge.
And also, personally, because this was what was going on when my dad was young, this is, unfortunately, bless him, this is his, like, actual, what he thinks sci-fi is.
Right.
And it lost him back then. He's never been interested in it, and he really just think it's larking around like this.
It's a good point, isn't it, actually? Yes, that generation have got that. Yeah.
And I'm forever having, like... issues with that, taking issue with it, because he literally will write a lot of stuff off because of this.
Yeah. No, I can see it.
Yeah.
It's like how my dad just thinks Star Wars is for kids and won't engage with anything that looks like Star Wars or is possibly Star Wars or anything because it came out in 1977 and kids liked it and he wasn't a kid. So
we can blame Roy Castle.
Yeah. Well, I'm still going to say that I think this film is it's worse than Star Trek V because, okay, Star Trek V squandered a lot of what it could be, but on an actual watching film level, at least half this film is a monotone dustbin explaining the plot to me, and the bits that aren't that is Roy Castle just prattling about. It is very. It was awful. It was so awful, and it was funny. I will say that it was funny. So maybe it's better than it. Yeah, I changed mine. 15. Let's put it at 50. It was a funny film, but I think if you didn't have that laughing at it quality, it is poor in every respect.
Yeah.
In a way,
the one-off movie, and it wasn't part of the Doctor Who world.
I mean, it's not. It's not.
No one would know about it.
No. And that's the thing, though. It isn't canon.
But
it's one of the
got
very
that in the title. It is got that.
But it's that this and its sequel are quite unique in the fact that nearly everything else to do Doctor Who does tie into the overall thing.
And its sequel.
Only in that sense that they have said now that the films exist. But yeah, this Doctor Who I mean, he's not an alien. This and its sequel, they're canon to each other, but almost everything else they ever made, even can't release specials and all sorts of weird stuff, they do fit into the canon, but they didn't with these because.
Well, this could have just been where he's a granddad and he forgot he was the Doctor. I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway, so what we're gonna say? You're thinking
Under Nights before Indiana
109.
Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, fair enough.
Or George
Because
Lucas.
Nights was actually a more coherently made film.
I mean, Steven Spielberg.
I guess it's a lot like Nights in that it's incompetent on almost every level.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it's at least it's shot like a 60s film, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've got the shots there, and the actors are. You can hear what they're saying and things like that. But
You can hear what people are saying.
also, I really like that the what's the scriptwriter's name? It's a great name, Milton Subotsky. That is a brilliant name, isn't it?
Nice. You wouldn't argue with him.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
Well, there we go. There is a sequel, Daleks Invasion, Earth 2150 AD. So one day I'll have to get to that as well, but hopefully not too soon.
Thanks, Thomas, for that.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Let's hop into
Please
the past.
keep listening to us.
All
Please,
opinions
please
are
don't
welcome.
leave.
If Thomas likes it, fair enough.
Yeah,
I think
if
Thomas
someone
would probably
defend that.
say, that he liked the TV show. He probably hates this if he likes the TV show.
Yeah, if
But
someone's
maybe
got a
he's never
defence for
watched
it.
this. Maybe he's never watched
Maybe he's
this.
just trolling us and he
He wanted us to, yeah.
Brilliant. Let's go to the past and find out what we're watching next week. Hello from the past. We're here to discuss next week's film, starring man of the moment, in a way, Kevin Spacey. Everyone's
Mad of the
favourite
moment.
blacklisted actor. You may have seen him starring in a very strange YouTube video as Frank Underwood recently, where he denies certain allegations. We haven't got the power or money for any sort of legal team, so we're going to avoid all of that and just discuss his wonderful work in the film K-PAX. Chris, have you got a synopsis? You chose this one.
Oh.
I mean, basically, is he an alien or not? That's the thing, isn't it?
I think that's the main sort of conceit.
He's a crazy dude who thinks he's an alien. Is he an alien?
Or not.
Or
Is
not?
he? We don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
That a lot of people are thinking at the moment, Kevin Spacey. Is he?
Is he or not?
Isn't he?
Yeah.
We're going to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he?
And well, I don't know. Is he?
Well, we don't know.
Or not.
No.
Maybe.
But maybe all
Is
these
he?
questions will be answered in K-PAX. So let's watch a trailer for K.
I'd like to begin by asking you if you know why you're here.
Of course, you think I'm crazy.
He claims to be not human. A visitor from another planet.
K-PAX.
K-PAX?
It's about 1,000 of your light years away from here.
You're really from up there?
That's a lovely configuration you're wearing today.
Some real American Beauty music on that, isn't there?
Yeah.
Who picked this film?
Chris.
Sorry, I did. I was doing a bit of a Kevin Spacey YouTube trek the other day, and this scene came up.
I think, literally, of all the trailers you watched, that's the most boring science fiction trailer I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, I say they're going for that Ally McBeal vibe, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's it's like a subgenre of like people who say they're aliens, but are they aliens? There's more than one film like that, isn't there?
Safety not guaranteed.
Yeah, I guess it is in that genre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or people that say stuff is science fiction-y, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's that, isn't it, I guess?
But then maybe it is.
People talking about science fiction things.
Well, we'll find out that and answer to many more questions, maybe.
Interstellar was like that for the first half.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Cool. Right, well we'll get into that next week, so look forward to that one. Thanks, bye. So, next week we're back with K-PAX, which will be another controversial episode, no doubt. Unlike Roy Castle, someone who deserves the abuse he'll probably get.
Yeah.
That's probably the right word to use. It's going to be really difficult to talk around things without, oh dear, but fun. So, yeah, join us then. But first of all, Alex, have you got some social media things?
Well, yeah, you can see us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, SF Rating System, for all three, or sciencefictionratingsystem@gmail.com if you want to email us some suggestions like Thomas did.
Yeah.
And sciencefictionratingsystem.com is the website, so you can see the list and all the stuff we've done.
And you can contact us through that as well, I think, now. Something going on. Chris, are you still feeling engaged in 2019, that you're more on board with the...
Yes, I am, yeah. I've even written down my transgressions on this one that you need to cut out. I've put the time codes.
Wow.
And I'll put them time codes with the files.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Good. Yeah. That's good to hear. So we're 3 weeks in and we're still going.
I'm doing the admin now.
Taking it seriously. Still taking it seriously.
Maybe you can work back up to the post of social media correspondent. Remember originally that was your idea, to be the one to push us in that?
Oh, was I? Okay. I'm doing a like an under the radar sort of strategy.
Guerrilla campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Okay. Brilliant. Thank you. Cool. So we'll see you next week for K-PAX. Say goodbye, Chris.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye, Alex.
Bye.
And I'll say goodbye. Bye.